Hi, this is Devaruti Chakraborty introducing before you a hot topic. The Supreme Court has recently given a verdict where it says the candidates belonging to the reserved categories, the SCs, STs and OBCs, will not be able to compete for or migrate to the seats that are meant for the general candidates. So basically the story begins right here. In the exam of SSC GD, that is basically the exam meant for the recruitment of constables at ITBP, CRPF or BSF, an advertisement was issued. And a rule was applicable in this case. The candidates belonging to the general categories would be able to apply for the examination only if they aged between 18 to 23 years, whereas the candidates belonging to the reserved categories would be able to apply for the examination only if they aged between 18 to 26 years. So in this case, an age relaxation of 3 years was granted to the candidates who belong to the reserved communities. But in this particular examination, the cutoff marks considered for the OBC candidates was higher as compared to the cutoff marks considered for the general category candidates. And now as a result of this particular rule, it was also found that some OBC candidates scored better as compared to the last selected candidate of the general category with the lowest marks. And now these OBC candidates who scored higher, who scored better, wanted to migrate to the seats meant for the general category candidates. Now this sparked a debate. The case ultimately went to the High Court. The High Court initially said that on a meritocratic basis, the OBC candidates should be allowed to migrate to the general category seats, because that would be basically on the basis of merit. But there was a writ petition and the case went to the Supreme Court, where there was a better and deeper analysis. In 1998, SSC issued an office memorandum with a clear mention of the fact that if any candidate belonging to the reserved category enjoys a relaxation based on age, qualifications, attempts or anything else, then that candidate would not be able to enjoy any kind of migration to the seats meant for the general categories. So in this particular case, to the Supreme Court, to that particular principle only, and the Supreme Court also said that the OBC candidates, even after scoring better as compared to the last selected candidate of the general category, should not be allowed to migrate to the seats meant for the general category students. Well, obviously the Supreme Court's judgment is in perfect alignment with the formal binding. But my dear audiences, what do you think about this particular issue? Drop your comments. Thank you so much.